Thanks for being there. And now straight to the Western Sahara conflict, which is an ongoing situation between the Polisario Front and the Kingdom of Morocco. The conflict originated from an insurgency by the Polisario Front against Spanish colonial forces from 1973 to 1975. The recent argument on this, however, is that Western Sahara is an occupied territory whose wealth cannot be exploited without the consent of its people via its internationally recognized representative, the Polisario Front. The Trade and Fisheries Agreement that the European Union concluded with Morocco is one trade that has not favored the people of Sahrawi. Hence, to that effect, a European Court of Justice in 2016 and 2018 issued 3 rulings prohibiting the trade and fishery activities in that region. But as it were, the front said that ruling has not been adhered to. So, in contradiction with its own law, the EU has in the beginning of this year renewed these illegal agreements with Morocco. And that is why the lawyer who won the 3 cases prior is introducing an appeal, which at the instance of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Academic Staff Union, and some concerned non-governmental organizations, he is here in Nigeria to deliberate with these bodies to proffer some sort of succor, owing to the fact that there is the need to warn the Nigerian companies against involvement in such illegal activities with the said trade deal. Oubi Bachir, the former ambassador to Sahrawi here in Nigeria, but now he is in Paris as an ambassador there. And with him also is the lawyer that has been with them trying to ensure that the natural resources that has been for the Sahrawi people is being reserved, as it were, and the entrenchment, so-called conflict between the Morocco and that of Sahrawi, which they believe they have been kind of trampled upon, and they want where there may be justice. He's here with them, and his name is Gilles Devers. And it's a pleasure to meet both of you today, and we'll just go right to the issue on ground.
It was not only the official position of Nigeria that gave it the status of being the leading African country in combating apartheid and being considered as the key country in the frontline country, though it is geographically very far from that. It was not only because of the official position of Nigeria, but it was, and mainly and especially because of the popular position of the people of Nigeria by then, and the mobilization of the Nigerian people by then, that gave Nigeria that status of being, of championing, the values of freedom and the values of independence and the values of struggle against the apartheid. And I think that this time around on the issue of Western Sahara, it wouldn't be only because of the official government of the federal government that is very clear on this matter, but also the popular concern and the popular mobilization for the people of Nigeria to defend the rights of the people of Western Sahara. And I think in this sense, boycotting the goods that are originated from Western Sahara and that are sold on the Nigerian markets, that will be a very good signal from the Nigerian people towards the occupation and the people that they want to remain intransigent on being on the wrong side of history. So I think that it is the responsibility for everybody, and I think that the legacy of the Nigerian people in general is at stake in this matter.
How do you see the end of the results here? Will it make any impact, and what are the benefits, or rather what will be the involvement of Nigeria in this very aspect of trade, that probably things have been brought to this country and sold? Definitely it will be an illegal transaction. Do you have anything to
Nigeria is a very strong supporter of the right of the people of Western Sahara to freedom and independence. And the decision of the federal government of Nigeria in 1984 to formally recognize the Sahrawi Republic was a key development to lead to the fully admission of the Sahrawi Republic in the Organization of the African Unity by then. So Nigeria is very principled and strong on this. That is the official government of Nigeria. But at the sidelines of the official position, some private companies, some businessmen, they will go and sign deals and agreements with the Moroccan government or with the Moroccan counterparts that will involve natural resources of Western Sahara. The entire movement of solidarity with Western Sahara here in Nigeria, the labor centers, the academic staff union, the NGOs, civil society at large, they are in the beginning, of a process of a very strong campaign to bring to books those companies, private companies, that they have been involved in the plundering and trading with Morocco in goods that are originated from Western Sahara. We know that if it is not all of them, the majority of them, they don't know anything about the conflict, they don't know anything about the legal implications of that, and I think that the first step is to inform the people on the conflict, on the implications, because I wouldn't really imagine that a Nigerian from any sector would know that this wealth is stolen from another African country and will carry on with the same activity. So I think that there is the public, information and raising awareness about the issue, about the legal implications. That is the target now, and that is the most important thing. Then the legal action may take place later on, and there is a team of lawyers here in Nigeria led by Femi Falana, who is working on this matter, and he has been briefed and in collaboration with the lawyer in Europe.
That brings us to that aspect. He has raised some issues, sir, talking about the illegality of the goods that are being brought to Nigeria, where the businesses that some of our Nigerian businessmen could be participants to it. Now, as a lawyer, what would be your advice to the set of people that, not that they intentionally are going into this business, but because they don't know there is a conflict between the Moroccans, the Sahrawi, and then these goods that have been brought in? As a legal practitioner, what can you tell us? And advice?
Yeah, the first point is to explain what is the law. And in all what we do, we say that the first point is to explain what is the law. And there is all in Occidental, Western propaganda to say it is very complicated. And no, it is very simple. You have a country, you have another country, and what is the origin of a country? So, first, to explain. And we shall begin second campaign with companies we export to say, be careful, because it was used from the past to make so that. But now it is impossible. We have decision of justice. You must change, and time is finishing. So we have agreed to meet with you to explain and to find solution. We want the development of the territory. We want good relation with company. So we are okay to decide to meet you and see what is the good solution, because when you want affair with Morocco, you make affair with Morocco. If you want affair in Western Sahara, you make affair with Sahrawi Republic. It is clear. And third, if they do not understand or if they refuse, we will make legal action. And I can say before you, very strong legal action, because when it is fish or when it is phosphate, it is really the ground, it is the reality of Sahrawi reality. And the reality is inalienable. It is always Sahrawi. fishes and phosphate are always Sahrawi because it is from the ground. It is a Sahrawi reality. So if you pay something, you can make a good payment only to the owner. If it is not to the owner, your payment has no value. So you want phosphates, and phosphate is from Sahara. It is a very excellent phosphate. You are a good idea to take this phosphate, but the owner is not Morocco. And if you pay Morocco, this payment has no value. You have to make a second payment for us. So we make, this is the principle of the action. It is not punitive or criminal action, it is just equality. And we have to explain that to the company, but if they do not understand, it is clear that we will use the courts in Nigeria, but in other countries in Africa, and it is we will be very strong on this action. It is too difficult for Sahrawi people since 2 years. It is impossible to contain.
Ambassador Oubi Bachir, we want to appreciate your presence in Nigeria and hope that at the end of the day, whatever deliberation your country will have with my country, there will be a way out of this very situation between your country and Morocco. And the lawyer again, I think Gilles Devers, we want to appreciate you too for at least giving us an insight to the legal aspect of this very transaction or the trade that is happening within the premises of the Sahrawi. At the end of the day, we wish you a success story when we'll meet some other time to discuss more on this. Ambassador Oubi Bachir was one-time ambassador to Nigeria, Sahrawi ambassador to Nigeria, but right now he is the head of mission in Paris for Sahrawi.